welcome to This Knitty Life. My name is Rachel. I'm coming to you from Leeds, West Yorkshire, where I live with my husband, my 2 children, my 2 puppy dogs, my 2 hamsters and my 6 fish. This is episode 69. Welcome. Thank you to everyone who is joining me today. This is episode 69 of the podcast, and this is a normal podcast episode today. So yes, I'm Rachel. I live in Leeds with my little family. We've got both dogs on the sofa with me, so I will do my best to not have them disturb me too horribly. Got loads to chat to you about today. Got some finished objects, got quite a lot of acquisition. So I guess let's just jump into it. If you want to find me on the internet, you can find me as this_knitty_life on Instagram, and you can find me as Reward on Ravelry. I've had quite a lot of new followers in all capacities of late. So shout out to the people who've given me a shout out. Was it Hannah last week, wasn't it? Yeah, a few people come over for, when Hannah from Corner of Craft came over, but loads of new followers on Instagram and loads on Ravelry as well. I never look in my Ravelry inbox, but loads of people added me as friends over there. So hi, I'm Rachel. I have lots of things to share with you today. I've got quite a bit of acquisition today. It was the East Anglia Yarn Festival this last weekend. I didn't manage to go, but someone I know did, and they've done some yarn muling for me. So I will show you the delightful things that I got after we've done the other things. So if you've got yourself a drink, I've got myself a Pepsi Max, obviously. I'm in jeans today, which feels weird. Sun is shining in Leeds, super sunny day today. It is Tuesday the 18th of March. It is my terrific Tuesday off. I work 4 days a week now, and it is glorious to have this day off in the week. I got lots of knitty jobs done this morning, some blocking and pinning, and did all my ends this morning, finished my audiobook, caught up with Hannah's podcast, and then I went and met my friend Fran from Franny Do Makes at a coffee shop which is in the middle of us, and she gave me all my yarny haul, so that was really nice. Had a nice catch up and a hot chocolate, and helped me puzzle out a little puzzly question which I'll probably ask you guys too. It's been a delightful day today. It's now about 2:30, so my plan is to go and sit in my sunny egg chair in the garden before the kids come home. So right, we'll kick off, shall we? So I have got a finished garment, because I need to have a finished one every time, don't I? So this is the Lento, which I have many of. This is knit in Boucle. This is Bobble and Badger, and I have striped it with a neon stripe. So it's a lighter one and then a darker one, as you can see. And I've managed to get a full length sleeve. I've got a tiddly little bit of the darker one left, but it's really hard to show. But it is, hang on. This looks good, right? It's quite a long length for me, considering my jeans are all the way up there. It's quite a long length. I don't have any finished object pictures. As I thought, it is a little bit bigger than I guess I normally do, but I like it because it's quite a slouchy fit. I feel like maybe the yoke's a bit too deep. Can you see it's kind of here, and I guess my armpit's here. But so it does do a bit of a puckering here, but I quite like this. This arm's longer than this one. I don't know why. Maybe because I just pulled this one a bit further when I was blocking it. But yes, ta-da! I really like it. It's really cosy. I did have my other Lento on, which is down here. I had this one on today, but I didn't get full length sleeves for that. And whilst it's really sunny and spring-like today, the shade, it's really chilly in the shade. And where we met this morning was the Springs, which is like a little retail park. And the weather's there is really strange. Like, I don't know, the design of the building, it's really like there's a street bit, and it's like the windiest bit ever. It's often really cold. Like all the shops are in the shade and all the car parks in the sun. So it's breezy. Should have had this one on, shouldn't I? Yeah, so this is an unknown yellow. This one is Rainbow Heirloom. Can't remember the name. And that one's Siobhan's Crafts there. I have done a little bit of a video on the blocking mat in the sunshine this morning, so I'll try and insert that in somewhere. Oh, there goes Wilma. I'll try and insert that in somewhere along the way. Right, it is crazy sunny out here. So this is, I've just taken the pins out. This is how it's looking out here. It's very bright. This one that is. Oh, missed one. Yeah, so yeah, this is how it's looking. It's blocked out nicely actually. I think it's going to be a bit oversized, but that's fine. That's why I've done the 3 colours at the bottom. So yeah, I think this is Rainbow Heirloom. That's singles held together. I think that is a Rainbow Heirloom. Killer Flamingo. This is a, that's not a fluff fibre. That's a Neon Nep one held together. No idea what this one is, but it was silkier and I didn't love it. This is a Siobhan's Crafts, and I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, love it. Speaking of Wilma, it was Wilma's birthday a few days ago. She has turned 3. I have Cavalier King Charles dogs, 2 of them. Wilma is Blenheim, which means she's brown and white, and Peggy is a Ruby, which means she's just brown. We hired a dog field and met up with her doggy friends, who are called Theodore, yes indeed, and Laurie. So we met up with the dogs and obviously their owners, and had a nice little run around. I was late by at least 20 minutes, and it was only booked for an hour, and it was all the way in Yeadon, which isn't my side of Leeds, so it took a really long time to get there. But the dogs had a nice time. Right. I've got a few finished objects actually today. One thing I wanted to show with you, which I have just gone, my jeans have got to that time of day when they're like really sticking in my tummy. I was talking to Fran about this morning, that they're fine in the morning, then I don't know about everyone else, but I kind of get bigger as the day goes on. I poof up, and now they're not so comfy if I'm sat down. Never mind. So I have shown you this as a finished object before, but I did actually block it. So it looks a million times better now. So this is the Love Note. Maybe it's, yeah, that's a bit of a slight high-low hem. So this is a 4-ply and a mohair held together. The 4-ply I can't remember, but I think it was a singles, and the mohair is Fruitful Fusion. Fruitful Fusion. Can't quite get my tongue around that. But yeah, this is really, really nice. I am, dare I say, debating giving it to my mum for Mother's Day. I'm seeing her this weekend, not next weekend. I am debating giving it to her. It does go with lots of things and it would be helpful, but she's very knitworthy. I have knit things in the past. I did pull out something that I had on the needles, and I thought, right, I'm gonna get that done for Mother's Day. But bearing in mind now it's a week earlier in our family, and then I pulled it out the bag and it turns out I'd frogged it. So all I have left is a neckline. So I'm not sure, it being Tuesday and me seeing them on Sunday, I can possibly make a whole adult garment, and she likes it a bit longer. I'm not quite sure I could do that. So I'm debating parting with this one, but I'm not certain. Maybe I'll wear it to work tomorrow and I'll see how much I like it and try not to get paint or Play-Doh on. I am a teaching assistant in a primary school, and I am in the very younger years, so Play-Doh and paint are a high possibility. Play-Doh, paint and patience. I need it. So yeah, that looks loads better now it's been blocked. I just dunk it in the water in a washing up bowl with a bit of conditioner in, dunk it in there, and then I put it in the washing machine on spin. I do turn the spin down because I think ours is, can't remember, it's high, so I turn it down to like a 600 spinning power, whatever it's called, volt. I turn it down because obviously I don't want it to like felt in any kind of manner. And then I think with that one I didn't actually pin it out. I think I just lay it flat or lay it over a radiator, but then you risk getting a line, but I can't quite remember now what I did. Right, there is a dog kind of half on all of my stuff. Right, I'll do this one. So last weekend, just gone, got Beamer Bonnet to make a little something. I am outside a huge amount with my job, and the weather is changeable. It's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold. Coat on, coat off, gloves on, gloves off, cowl on, hat on. So I decided to make a pair of mittens. So these are my mittens. This yarn, the yellow is a Floof Fibre DK. Got that at the Wool Monty show last year. And this purple is the January colourway from Spectrum Fibre. You find my little notebook under your little head, Peggy. And they are the Point Edward mitts, and they are by Fairy Light Fibres. So it's just a basic DK pattern. I did actually start it and do the cuff and the leg, and I went to my knit group on Saturday in Headingley, which I rarely get to do, and I didn't take the children. And I was deciding whether to do socks or mitts, because I kind of just do the same cast on, so it's like a 40 cast on. So I was debating, but I've barely used any of this yarn. A watch always interrupts this one. I've barely used any, so I definitely could actually do some socks. But yeah, they're good. I had them on yesterday morning when I drove to work. I do I didn't get that. Could you? I do wonder if I didn't go down a needle here. This one feels a little bit baggier here. But yeah, super gorgeous. So super easy pattern. But yeah, literally just did them on the weekend. So that was nice. I kind of got the feeling, kind of as the weekend was creeping up, that I didn't have a lot to show you. Which in hindsight now I've got all this, I've actually got quite a lot. But I kind of got it in my head, like content wise, that I didn't have a lot. And I do like a decent amount because it's been like 2 weeks, but then I knew I hadn't worked on a couple of my garments that I showed off last time because I've been trying to do the sleeves. So I have knit, I think, pretty much both sleeves on this. And it was a bit of a pain with the stripes, but you know, I have knit both sleeves on this and it makes me look a bit massive, but I'm trying to not allow that to bother me. I say tucking it in the back. Yeah, so I have knit these. I've done these. Another finished object under Peggy's head. Finished this last night, which I've been meaning to do. It's a tiny weeny baby hat. It does actually look really tiny in hindsight. This is I always get the name a bit wrong for this one. Magic Coffee Baby Hat, and this is by Tracy Kay. I've knit this a million times. It is in Rico cotton. It's for one of Martha's teachers. She leaves this week. I'm going to do her another one. But yeah, she's having a little boy, her first baby. So yeah, super easy. I like to do a little doofy hat. Tell you what, I use this little loop at the top quite a lot for, as well as it looking cute. But if you're driving in your car and you've got your baby behind you or across from you in the back seat, and obviously when they're tiny, they're rear facing, a lot of the time, if they've got a hat on in the car, it slips over their eyes. And this is quite a handy loop to just whoop it up. Either whoop it up so they can see or whoop it off. But my kids had loads and loads of these. Really easy pattern. It is, I don't know if it's paid for or not, to be honest. I think the biggest size is 18 months to 3 years, but goes like, I don't know. Have a little look, but super easy little pattern. What else? I did actually, got quite a few things actually. I made a pair of mittens the previous weekend too. So this is the finished mittens I've done for the teacher at Martha's school who's leaving. This is a Stranded Dye Works old colourway, 4-ply. I've held that together with itself, and then the light purple is a Spectrum Fibre Club colourway from January, and then the brighter purple is singles, and that is from Rainbow Heirloom. I think it's called New Nail Polish. I'm not entirely sure. I did play Yarn Chicken. I have to hold this one together with something else. There's little pops of black and some bluier colours in that one, but yeah, I started those yesterday morning, on Sunday morning, and finished them at like about 11 o'clock. But hopefully she'll like that. She's done a lot to look after my girlie, so I appreciate that. For someone leaving Martha's school, I've definitely mentioned this before, but the pastoral lady was leaving on this day, and then she was leaving on a different day, but we caught her, and I made her some mittens. I did actually manage to, Martha took it into school with some flowers, and I did actually manage to catch her after school to say goodbye. And yeah, she was really pleased with them. She said that she's from the northeast too. Should that be relevant? I'm from the northeast. I live in Leeds. She's from the northeast too. And she'd asked him, like, we have a mam. In the northeast, it's a mam, not a mum. Just so you know. So I asked my mum for some mittens because they'd been watching the Traitors. Like, I don't particularly watch TV. I've heard of it because I know it's Claudia Winkleman with the fringe. But I didn't know what she meant. And when I've looked it up, in the episode, she's wearing like mittens. So I knit the side hustle cuffs, because I always seem to, which are Shayna Cohen. So they're the ones that are knit flat, and then you do a little see me thing, and then you keep going, and then you're supposed to 3 needle bind off, but I never do. But I've knit, I think, about 6 pairs of these, and they are super easy. It's a DK pattern. It's a really good gift knit, I think. But I wear them quite a lot. I've got several pairs. But yeah, so that's not too bad. 2 pairs of mittens, a baby hat, nearly finished another baby hat, I'll show you in a bit, and finished my jumper. So I'm not quite sure why I was feeling so unproductive. I feel like I've been quite procrastinating this week, the last couple of weeks, I'm not quite sure. But I've been really tried kind of the last few days to like get stuff done, because I like a bit of a deadline to a certain extent, I suppose. Right. So they're all my finished objects. So that's loads, I think. Loads. Right. A whip. Let me show you. Right, I'll show you this one, which I don't think has progressed hugely. I have done the short rows, but I have blocked it. And what I've been doing is when it's a colourwork yoke, I'm getting to, before I split for the sleeves, putting it on the blocking mats. So you can kind of see it better. It looks pretty. I've had to add another needle. But this is the is it Sunshine Sweater or just Sunshine by Tin Can Knits? So it's not progressed hugely. I have done the short rows, but ta-da! It's blocked out now, because the yoke really didn't look very deep. I still think I need a bit further to go. Shuffle forward, shuffle. Shuffle. That's a work thing. So I guess my armpit's here, but it feels like it needs like a good half a dozen rows more before I'm splitting for the sleeves, I think, personally, particularly when it's this high. Oh, it's cute, isn't it? So yeah, I just need to do a little bit more and then split for the sleeves. But this is a Tin Can Knits pattern, and this is, shouldn't really have that in. I always forget it's in like every picture for the last 1,000,000 years that I've, with fluff in my mouth, that I've got it in. But yeah, this is mainly Tin Can Knits, apart from the yellow, which is the floof fibres, which is also in those mittens. But speaking of Spectrum Fibre, she had an update at the weekend. I may have got a little something. I think they're coming with my club, so they won't be here for a bit. But yeah, that is coming along nicely. This dog is everywhere. This has just been blocking on the floor, so everything's still a bit everywhere. And this is the one that I frogged in the short video, so there's all this tangle everywhere. Maybe another person would have soaked that yarn and flattened it, but I did not. I am not that person. I am not that person. So as I've been on a little bit of a blocking kick, this hasn't progressed other than I've blocked it. So this is my Jethro cardigan, which is Tannis Fibre Arts, is it? So as I've blocked it, eek, I did it, like I said, in the ball and then spun it, and clearly some of my ends haven't been very happy. I took this to Knit Group again on Saturday to ask if I'd joined them too tight, but our resident expert says it's fine, but I can see that it looks like there's some holes, so I'll need to address that quite quickly. Do you know what? I'm just gonna can see one now, and there is a stitch marker there, so bear with. It's kind of all like come apart. I'm not quite sure how this has happened. I'll show you, sorry. Right, so this is how it is looking. So you can see there it's happened. So basically like the chain's broken. So guess I'm going to need to fix that pretty quick. So that's 2, that's done it 2. There's another one, 3. So this one didn't like the washing machine. Maybe just 3. So this is a cardigan, so it goes like this, and then I have some sort of armhole situation, and then the rest is knitted. When I took it, everyone said it was quite muted for me, but alas, I think I will continue with the colours I have in mind. It's definitely a bit wonky, but this is my first attempt. And this is the advent calendar from 2023, Spectrum Fibre, and this is a DK advent calendar, and I can't remember what the grey is. It is like one of those semi-commercials where it's commercial, but it's a bit variegated indie-ish. But got that done. I've been meaning to kind of get that done. It definitely has been lounging since I last showed you it. It's just been folded up somewhere. So I need to fix those bits kind of quite quickety quick, really, but it's pretty and I've got it done, and that's what I needed. Another something is this, which this has been on the needles for ages. You've not seen it, but it's been on the needles for ages. It's nearly there. This is what I took this morning, a little baby hat. This is all in Castleview yarns. I think this is Loki. I can't remember what the others are. Little stitch marker from Hannah of Corner of Crafts. It's the only one I've got. I meant to get a fish, but I kind of forgot to pass that information on, so I might have to, well, I'll wait till payday and hopefully I can get one. But yes, a little baby hat. I think it's ready for its decreases. Again, it's the same pattern as before, the Magic Baby hat. I want to call it like Magic Coffee Bean, because I think there's a baby cardigan that I've knit a million times as well called the Magic Coffee Bean cardigan. I've knit that one many, many times too. It's something like that when I kind of blend, that was merge and blend, bend the patterns together in terms of the names. So that just needs the decreases on. For some reason I've cast quite a big one on. I don't know. I think I cast this on when my nephew was born and he's just turned 1. However, I'm sure I've got like 76 stitches on the needles, which is one of the bigger sizes in this pattern. So I'm not quite sure if I'll just keep this to one side or keep it for my nephew. If I keep going, I could probably do it for my nephew. So yeah, it's just a little baby hat. So just trying to kind of, that's just kind of like been lounging for a while. Languishing. Hair's doing crazy things today. Hanging around for a while, so I just kind of wanted it doing. Same with the other baby hat. Nearly there, last whip. This one's quite a long one. So I've just watched my last podcast, not even my last podcast, my one before that, so not 2 weeks, so like a month ago, to see where I was. So I think I've figured it out. I've not been knitting on this very much either, but I have made some progress, so that's good. So I was in the first blue. So, oh yes, oh look, I was here. So I've knit from here to here, mainly at the weekend actually. So I've added some more colours, and this is the Litmus Cowl by Jude Harper. It's the basic fingering weight cowl. This is in the Die Candy Advent Calendar from 2024. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I've got 14. I think I missed one by mistake. I'm going to say there's a big old jump here, isn't there? I think I've missed one. And I know they're not here, but I've got some darker blues in here, like some tealy blues coming up. And then I think we then go into greens and end in mustards. So yeah, this is a really easy pattern for 4-ply. Doesn't have to be an advent, can be anything. Bit of scraps, don't need to variegate it, but I wear my Litmus Cowl. I've got another one in Spectrum. I wear it all the time. Don't even know if I'm going to manage a full repeat, you know. I wear my Spectrum one all the time, particularly at work, where shawls are a bit faffy. And then I just like randomly leave it all around the classroom. I don't think they enjoy that I do that, but like I'll take it off and I'll put it somewhere and, you know. Yep, so this is a Litmus Cowl, and that is Jude Harper. So yeah, that's Die Candy. So that's just hanging out here. This is in my Soyana Licious bag. I love this bag. I got it for Christmas a few years ago from my parents. I had it custom made because I love this fabric. Look at that. She's got some gorgeous bags in it, amazingly well made. It's all, obviously it's lined. It's lined, it's got one of these ring doofers. It's got like pockets all around the inside too. Really big pockets. I use this one a lot, so yeah, I can drawstring it and then handle it as well. It's a nice size. I'm not quite sure which bag it is. If I remember, I can have a little look and post it. I don't think, I've had this for years now, so I don't know that she has any fabric, but right, 25 minutes in, have a little drink, Rachel. Do you ever call yourself by your name when you're doing stuff? I find it really hard at work, because obviously we have teacher names. Which I don't enjoy. I've been married since 2012 and I still don't know that I fit my new surname. I still don't openly reply to it. Like I'm still in my maiden name era, which is crazy. Like in hindsight, I wonder if I should have just I didn't want to necessarily stay with that, but at school I wonder if I should have used my maiden name. But I don't, it feels a bit pretentious using teachery names to a certain extent. I can't remember what my point was. I talk to myself. Yeah, so I talk to myself and I do, oh, come on, Rachel, do this, blah, blah. And I say Rachel quite a lot. And I know I've said it in front of the kids, definitely more, I think last year when I was with older children. I don't think the little ones had noticed, to be honest, but I definitely like, oh, come on, Rachel, what are you doing? I do it all the time. So it's just a little quirk of mine. I'm going to let it shine. Right. Done that one. So we're on acquisition. No, we're not. We're not on acquisitions, but I have got some yummy acquisitions. So, a long time ago, I can still remember, my friend Gwen made a cardigan by Suzanne Summers. She made the So Sushi Shrug, something like that. And it was gorgeous and I really wanted one, but it's all brioche and incredibly difficult to make. And then she asked if I'd like her to make me one for my 40th birthday. So it was a few years ago now. And I was like, yeah, sure. So she took like, I don't know, 6 or 7 of my favourite skeins and some sort of colour palette that we wanted. So it was always a big thing to do. But basically 2 years on, and it's kind of just been left by the wayside, which is completely fine. So I was super duper brave and I said, would you mind horribly if I had the yarn back? I was after making something and I had one skein and I was pretty sure that the other one was with this garment, with this project. And she said, oh yeah, I've definitely got that other one. So I got that back at the weekend at Knit Group. And yeah, obviously loads of my favourite skeins. So she did start this garment and I'll show you what I've got so far. So what I would like to do is I would like to, I can't continue it. And no, I can't because I don't actually know how wearable it would be for me now. And I just don't think I've got the skill set. Which isn't me just putting myself down, but it's a concentrated knit. So I'll show you what I've got, and I'll show you what I discussed with Fran this morning as to how far we got with it. So it is yummy. Beware, look at this yumminess. So technically I'll put a picture of it and kind of try and explain it, but it's kind of like a bat wing cardigan, not cardigan. So yeah, so what I've done is I've put it on waste yarn. So there's a mix here of some King Fibres, which is this lighter minty colour, and the orange, which was ironically called Sushi. The original garment is knit in that, and I did run into Suzanne at the Edinburgh Yarn Festival the first year I went, and I didn't know who she was, and I gushed over it, and I was very excited. And hers was knit in this colour, was my point. And the rest is a Spectrum fibre. She did start to fade into another colour, and I think that's kind of where it got a bit messy, because she said I ended up with like 4 skeins on the needles. So I've added it onto waste yarn, and I give it a little spray this morning. I've again got a little bit of video footage of that in the sunshine. So I sprayed it and I pinned it. Now it's dry. So this bit is all brioche. This bit is all brioche. You've come back outside, haven't you? And I've told you not to. Disobedient animals. So yeah, this blue thing's in the sky. It was very frosty this morning, and now it's not. So yes, this is looking good. Pleased with how that's coming along. Do you want to see my little plants? My little windmill? Yes. But I want to make it into a something. So it looks like this. So it's pointy here. These bits are particularly pointy here. And there's a point at the back. But because I've knit so many hoodie shawl cardigans, I wondered if it could be adapted. We also discussed as well today using the twist cardigan, which is Amber O'Brien. I do have one of those on the needles, and whilst it's not the same shape, it's similar. So my plan is there's a stitch marker here and then there's one here. So in theory, that could potentially be tied off to a sleeve if I half the size of my arm. If this is like the front, and then we make this a sleeve and we make that the back spine, it's not a million miles away from the hoodie shawl cardigan. And the twist cardigan by Amber O'Brien is a bit bat wingy too. Like the point comes here down your arm, so that has stalled a little bit. So I am planning on pulling that back out and seeing what I can figure out. But if anyone's got any magical ideas, that's the wrong side, of how I can do this, it will need just some fudging, and I'm happy with some fudging, that's fine. But if I this is what I did in the coffee shop. I say coffee shop, it was just Costa. So this comes quite far down, look. And then this, in theory, could be like the front of a cardigan. But I don't know that, obviously this is a thick jumper, but I can't see where that is. Where the brioche starts, I'm guessing. In theory, it could be a tie it off and make some sleeves. So there and there. So it might not actually get around my arm. Or maybe if I've not got a giant thick jumper on. But yeah, something like that. But I don't want to waste it. I don't particularly want to make it into a shawl because it's small. Even if I put like a big fat garter border on it. But it's very, I would kind of call this intricate. This isn't anything I feel like I could do. But look at it. I have beautiful nails on today too. So yes, any ideas on a postcard? That would be super. Sorry, we are running on time-wise. Right, so we'll do some acquisitions now. I am not comfortable. So I'll do my Spectrum Fibre Club. I'm a bit low down. First, so this is, I've had this probably over a week now. So this is the February colour. It came early March, I think. So if you don't want to see, then don't look. So this is called Opal. And the sun's starting to come around now. Springtime. This is obviously the Spectrum Yarn Club. It's the Gemstones Club. I have actually messaged her and asked to add on a mini set. So if you subscribe, it's cheaper than like, so you can get it 1 month. Obviously it's always a surprise. You don't know what you're going to get, but you can be like, oh, I want marches just because I want marches. But if you subscribe, you do get a discount. So I think the 3 minis, so you can get 3 mini sock or 3 mini DK ones, and it's £16, and then I think it's £3 postage for the little skinny parcels. But if you subscribe, I think it's something like £14.47 or some other odd number like that. But because I get this one, I said, can they just go in the same parcel? Because obviously I pay postage for this. So yes, I think from, I don't know when, I'm going to get the sock as well. I did say I did get a couple of things from her update the other day. A lot of it was last year's club colourway, so it was the Tropics. She went to the Maldives on her honeymoon, not this January, last January, and that's what the club, or somewhere like that, that's what the club was based on. So I think I got the club maybe halfway through the year, so I missed some of the earlier ones. So I got some of the mini skein sets, and they are beautiful. So yep, that's that one. I'm very low down, but never mind. Okay, snory pants. Right, so on to the EAYF haul. I say haul, it's not so dramatic. Yes, I messaged Fran, asked if she would kindly do a bit of yarn hauling for me. So she got this one, which is James Makes Yarn, and this is in the Tamagotchi colourway. So he does quite a lot of 90s and Beanie Babies and stuff. I heard in my head that he's not as old as me, so but maybe he likes the 90s. I might just be making that up. But yeah, this is a DK one. Fran got one of these too. 100% superwash merino. I'm not quite sure what it's going to be. I want to say I probably should have got more, but you know, we've still got to eat. And I did have a tattoo a couple of weeks ago in terms of money. So yeah, I got that one. And then I wanted some more bobbly stuff, so we got these. I say we, I got these, I paid for them. This is Mammy and Florrie, and this is the slub colourway. No, it's not the slub yarn. So you'll have seen, I've got quite a few garments in this. This is the Faraday Street, and it's a 4-ply slub, 90% merino, 10% nylon. Yeah, so my plan is, like with a previous Lento I've had where I think I held a black with it, so that looks quite 90s actually. I want to hold maybe a cream, something really pale, or a pale pink maybe even, go wild, with this, so it kind of looks a bit springy summery. I decided to see if they had two, and they did, but there was another one that I was contending with, but this is I really like the blue in this as well. So that's super nice, but I'm not quite, again, I don't know if it's boring for you to just see me make lentos endlessly, or, you know, lento on a holster. I do have some new patterns that I've got my eye on, but I'm such a creature of comfort because I know that they work. So I got this too, and then I got these ones as well. Again from him, I'm just going to call Mammy and Florrie. This is the Yeo Scooter at the Arc de Triomphe. So I did buy this one at Yarndale, which is the 4-ply neon neps, which is the matching one. This is disco neon. And I did want a mohair to go with that. So that was my plan, to make something with these. So yeah, I do only have one of that one, but I've got two of these, so I will improvise in some capacity. So yes, lots of yummy things. Loads of yummy things. What do we think? So yeah, that was super kind of Fran to get those for me. I did very much debate going. I did even go to the extent of asking our doggy friends if they would have the dogs for us and trying to sort out some childcare, but it is a jolly long way, so I didn't. So yeah, I think that's everything. It's getting, Peggy's starting to snore quite loudly now. She's just here. She's just here. Yeah, I think that's, no, hang on, I'm lying. I've got some patterns to share with you as well that I bought. Sorry, bear with. So I bought this pattern because the Mammy and Florrie had this as a picture on their Instagram. It's called the Rainbow Relay Shawl by Jane Murison, Murison. So this looks super fun. I've not printed it out because our ink is not happy at the minute. But it is like, what do you call it, crescent-y shaped shawl. Yes, it's super scrummy. And I believe all of the proceeds of this go to Stonewall UK. So that's nice, isn't it? So yeah, that's a 4-ply garment. No, 4-ply shawl. It says it's asymmetric, crescent shaped, stripe colour work. Yep, and that is there we go. So I'll try and put the Mammy and Florrie one on too because it's really pretty. I also bought a sock pattern, which is different to me. I bought that precious skein sock, and that is by Becky Dixon. So yet again, I know all about Fran today. She made some of these recently in like a crazy neon-y colour, and I really liked it. I was going to try and figure out if I could do it in DK, because that's what I do. But they're really nice. So they are on Ravelry. I'm sure Becky would appreciate you taking a look at her other patterns. She's got lots of cute other patterns on her online shop as well. Yeah, so that is That Precious Skein Socks by Becky Norman. So I'm sure lots of you watch her podcast. So yeah, so they're the only patterns I've bought. Yeah, I've got about 20 minutes-ish before the kid comes home. Theo is at a maths club today, so I need to pick him up at 4 o'clock, so I'm letting Martha walk home by herself because she's in year 6. So I don't think I've actually let her do that yet, although she's had permission. Don't mind me, Peg. So I'm going to go and sit in my sunny egg chair I'm like crunching down to get in now. Sunny egg chair in the garden. What I was planning on doing, and I've not remembered, was doing a bit of an ADHD chat. It's Neurodiversity Week this week, and I was going to, I might add it on at the end, or I might not. Just going to have a little bit of a chat. Obviously working in a school and Martha being in a school, just seeing like so many things. Like if I'm told one more time that Channing Tatum has ADHD, like, oh, and look what he's achieved, and like, oh, it's a superpower. It's quite a triggery week. It's fallen down. It's quite a triggery week for I'm finding it quite triggery already. It's only Tuesday. But it's a superpower. It's so great. This is what you can do even though you've got ADHD. Well, actually, it's quite paralysing and extremely difficult and affects my daily life every single day. And I know they don't want a negative spin on it, but I might do a little bit of a couple of minutes of that. We'll see. I'm not quite sure yet. Right, my egg chair is calling me in the garden, so I'm going to have a cheeky 20 minutes on there with my book and probably my litmus. So thank you very much for joining me today. Any likes and subscribes are super appreciated. I'm like nearly 40 off 1,000, and I really wanted it by the end of the year, but now I want it sooner. So tell your friends, give it a share. I would really appreciate it. I'm putting together a bit of an epic giveaway. I've got some Spectrum Fibre that I'm planning on doing a giveaway for. If anyone wants to reach out and contribute to said giveaway, that would always be nice. Maybe look at a pattern for overseas people, because I can't really afford to ship overseas. But yes, I've been getting some tips on how to do giveaways and not end up with like bots and things like that. But any likes and subscribes, give me a shout. Let me know what you're making down below. What can I ask you? I don't know what to ask you. Any ideas on that? On this would be super appreciated. I can't, not entirely sure what to do with it at the minute. It's probably going to languish for a while, isn't it? But any tips and tricks you can figure out, then please let me know. Yes, thank you very much for all of those new people who've joined me and all the people who come back each and every week now. I've managed every week since the new year, so I'm super proud of myself. So I really hope that you've enjoyed the podcast today and it's given you a little bit of distraction from the outside world in which we are living. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you again, I guess, next week. I will have a little think about what I'm going to do for my non-episode episode. If you have any ideas, I could do one of the whip boxes that I was going to do, or I have got an absolute plethora of hats. You all seem to really enjoy the shawl episode, so thank you very much for all the interactions on that. I've got loads of hats. I could do a hat episode, or are we getting too springy now for that? Anyway, thank you very much for joining me today, and I will see you when I see you. Take care, bye.